Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Swags Extra Time podcast. Hope you're doing fine. Hope you're doing great. I have a couple topics that I want to get through today. Sancho Sterling swap deal, whereas Sancho would move to Chelsea and Sterling would move to Manchester. Also, Sancho is subject to a loan move to Juventus with the obligation to buy for $40 million next year. Lindelof is the subject of a $38 million bid from Lazio. Negotiations are going on between the two clubs, Manchester and Lazio, and also Ineos. Has they done enough with their 25% shareholding? Has they done enough to prove to us as fans that they are the ones to take us forward, that they are the ones to put back the M in Manchester, as they said? So, yeah, we'll see about that. So, as I said, a couple topics to get to. First on the list is the swap deal between Sancho and Sterling. Now, if you ask me, in my opinion, I don't think that ever gonna happen. Reason being, Ineos has shown to us as fans that they are more about players who want to play for Manchester United now. It's not the Manchester of old where players just come for big bucks, right? It's not the Manchester of old where we oversign players for a whack of money and give them this big salary and then no performance. Now, Ineos has come in and they have changed its transfer strategy. They have go out for hungry young players, players who want to play for the badge, players who not just going to come and play for money, which we all know that money involved at the end of the day, but more or so, they want to play for Manchester United, which was the thing of old with Sir Alex Ferguson, as you know, right? So, yeah, let's get into it. So, there have been some rumor mills going around about Sancho going to Chelsea and Sterling coming to Manchester United in a swap deal. Now, if you ask me, in my opinion, I don't think that ever going to happen. As I said, reason being, the Ineos shareholders, 25% shareholders, they're trying to lower the wage bill, right? And I think Sterling is getting like £300,000 a week or so, and Sancho is getting like 250. So there ain't much difference in the salary cap, right? So why would we take Sterling from Chelsea, who is getting 300,000, and send Sancho in the other direction? It just don't make no sense to me. You know what I mean? But that's just how transfer rumors goes. If you follow it, you go crazy. You know what I mean? You just have to just sit and watch and wait and see. So, yeah, in my opinion, I don't think it's ever going to happen. And I wouldn't want Sterling at Manchester United. Nah. I don't think that would be a good move. I think he would more stagnate the development of Garnacho, of Amad Diallo, and these are two very young prospect, very bright prospect who's coming up. And yeah, I think they need their chance and they need the space to grow and develop. And Sterling will just come in and just stop one of them growth, and we can't afford that to happen right now, right? So yeah, as I said, I don't think that ever gonna happen. It's just rumors, but if it happens, hey, I just have to just support Sterling because he's a Manchester United player. But until then, nah, I don't think it ever gonna happen. So you just have to just sit and watch and see how it plays out, right? And also there's also this rumors going around saying about Sancho going to Juventus, which they said the deal has been done. Sancho will be doing a medical Friday, this Friday coming, and he would be obligated to move over there permanent next season for 40 million. Now, do you really think Sancho has get his fair chance at Manchester United? Yes and no. The reason why I said yes and no, because at first, when we first bought Sancho was one of the young, bright prospect in Europe. Very talented, very exciting. We chased him for like 2 seasons, right? But after we signed Sancho, right, there was just something about the transfer and the deal, the whole thing on a whole, right? Sancho was this hot, young prospect in Europe, as I said, but there wasn't much team going for him. You know what I mean? Because if there was a next team going for him, I don't think we would have won the race, because Manchester United cannot negotiate not even for a piece of napkin to wipe your hands, right? So I don't think the Glazers would have pulled it off if, say, for example, a Bayern Munich was going for him, a Barcelona, or Real Madrid. We wouldn't have won the race, right? So the fact that we were just the only one in the race for him, that says a lot about the player, right? Yes, he's talented. You cannot take that away from him. But as I said, there was just only one team going for Sancho at the time, and that was Manchester United. Now, we signed him, and from we signed him, he just hasn't hit the ground running. I don't know why is that. Only Sancho alone can explain that to you. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, our legend, he was the one that bought Sancho, right? But Ole got sacked, and then here come Ten Hag, right? Ten Hag and Sancho never really work out as how we thought it was going to be, right? So Sancho was left out of the squad last year, as you know, and I think a reporter asked Ten Hag, why is it that Sancho is not in the squad? And he said to the reporter that Sancho hasn't done enough this week to be in the squad. And next thing you know, Sancho threw his toys out the pram. And next thing you know, he was out of the squad, fully training with the academy team, eating with the academy team. He was banished from the first team. And then we sent him out on loan at Dortmund, where we bought him from. He went there. He went to the Champions League final. He did pretty okay, back on loan. But I always have doubt that Sancho wasn't gonna be reinstated into the squad once Ten Hag was there, you know. So yeah, I think the best thing for Sancho and Manchester United is to part ways. It's the best thing for both parties. I think Sancho will do good if he go to Juventus. He will surely do good. What was holding up the deal between Juventus and Manchester United getting Sancho? It was Chiesa. I think Chiesa moved to Liverpool for £9 million. That's a really, really good deal, you know. And I hope he don't perform for Liverpool, which, you know, they are my bitter rivals. You know what I mean? So Chiesa, very good player, but Liverpool, I hope he don't perform. Period. Anyway, yeah. So Sancho is the topic for the whole week. He was the topic of a swap deal with Sterling. Many fans wasn't up to that deal. Even myself. As I said, there's a number of things with Sterling. His wage cap isn't much different from Sancho, and he played for two of our bigger rivals, Manchester City and Liverpool. So that makes it a no-no, right? And the fact that he's going like 28 now, 28, 29, I think. And we are more buying younger players who are hungry, players who want to play for the badge, not players who want to play for money. You know what I mean? So we all know that money is going to be involved in it, but you want the players to want to play for the club. You know what I mean? Money will be there. Automatically, you will be getting a wage. You will be getting a salary. But we just don't want no more player who's just going to come in and play for money. No, we've been through too much of that, and it's not a good thing for a club like Manchester United, right? So, as I said, I wouldn't take Sterling for Sancho. No. Why don't they just say, all right, take Cole instead of Sterling, right? That would be a very, very good one. But yeah, no way I see that swap deal going through with Sancho and Sterling. No way at all. So the fact that Chiesa has moved to Liverpool, that opened a space for Sancho to move to Juventus, right? So Sancho to Juventus, I think he would do pretty good in the Italian Serie A league. It's not that fast paced as the English league, as you know. They are the best club in Italy at the moment, and Sancho will do good there. And I think it's the best thing for both parties, for him and Manchester United, to part ways now. And hope he can get his contract, get his career back on track, right? Because he's very young, still young. I think he's 24, 25. Still got a lot to offer in football. And I just wish him the best and hope the best for him in the future, in the near future, and also in the future. Victor Lindelof, another one who is on the transfer list. Now, Victor Lindelof, if you ask me, either Victor Lindelof or Harry Maguire, which one would I keep? Surely Victor Lindelof. You know what I mean? No way I would have keep Harry Maguire. But you know, politics is in everything. Everything. And Maguire, England international, you know, so he's gonna get the best. He's gonna get the best of Lindelof right here. So I think Lindelof will get sold before Friday or on the transfer deadline day. I just saw something that's saying that Lindelof is a subject to a 38 million pound from Lazio, Italian club. They are locked in negotiations with Manchester United. Although I hope it's not just a rumor. I hope this one is true, because 38 million will give us a boost in the transfer kitty. Maybe we can go for a left back, as you know, Luke Shaw is injury prone, and we have to use a right foot on the left side, which made the team unbalanced. You know what I mean? And that has been one of our biggest problem for the past 2 years with Ten Hag. The team is not balanced. You know what I mean? We have right footer playing on the left side, we have left footer playing on the right side. So yeah, Lindelof moving to Lazio. If that deal should tied up by Friday, hopefully then we can go into the market and buy a natural left back. You know what I mean? Someone who can give us balance in defense, and if we can get a left foot center off who can play also left back, that would be so good for us. You know what I mean? But yeah, all in all, I think this transfer window, I would rate it like 7 out of 10 for me so far. Ineos, they're doing pretty well so far, but what the Glazers has done to us as fans, they take away all the optimism out of the transfers. You know what I mean? They drawing it out, then they pay big bucks, they overpay for player, they give player big wages, and then these players don't perform. You know what I mean? Perfect example, Anthony, and the list goes on. You know what I mean? So for me personally, if Ineos can follow up next year transfer, or even January, if they can bring in a player or two in January, which we haven't done in years, that would speak volume of the ownership that they have, right? And as I said, Glazers take away all the optimism from the transfer, so now Ineos have to come in and prove to us as fans that they are the right ones for us to move forward, right? And so far they have done that. We got some very good signing, not world beater signing, but I guess they can make us be in the top 4 at least, or even win a cup. You know what I mean? The FA Cup, Carling Cup, or even the Europa League. You know what I mean? We should be one of the favorites in the Europa League also. But as I said, all the optimism is gone with the Glazers. So now Ineos have to double up and prove to us as fans that they are really the ones to take us forward. And so far, they are doing pretty well. You know what I mean? So yes, I strongly believe they're gonna follow up next year transfer window with a couple more good signings. And as I said, I just hope they can just keep the bar going up, because that's where Manchester United belong. We belong to the top, the very top, right? And for the past 10 years, that's a long time, right? For a club like Manchester United to not be challenging, not be winning any big trophies, it just feels weird. You know what I mean? So, as a fan, who've been a fan for like 1999, 98, 99, watching so many highs instead of lows. Now there's more lows than highs, you know what I mean? So it put us in a state of mind, whereas even McTominay is getting sold, and I'm hearing fans saying, oh no, we cannot sell McTominay. That's how low the bar is set, that players like McTominay we don't want to see go. And McTominay could even make Sir Alex Ferguson reserve team, you know what I mean? Not being disrespectful to McTominay, but he's an average player, you know what I mean? He's just average, simple and straight, you know what I mean? So yeah, Ineos, they started out so well so far, and I just hope they can keep it up, right? So as I said, there's no optimism for me right now. I just want Tennant to do good, and that's it. Every manager that come after Sir Alex Ferguson, I always want to do good. I backed all of them, no matter what. But if they do happen to stay on for a third season, I don't back them for like 3 seasons straight, because you're getting what you want now. You're getting the players that you want now. 2 seasons ago, you wasn't getting the players that you want, you know what I mean? You were getting players like Casemiro, even though Casemiro is a good player, but he has passed his best, right? So now you have got players who still in their prime, still have a lot to offer to the game at the highest level, such as Dillit, Mazwari, Ugarte. These players like 23, 24, 25, very good age for football. So yeah, let's see how that goes in the near future for these players. Not every transfer that you get at your team is going to be successful. Most of the time, some teams buy 5 players, 3 of them be successful, 4 of them be successful, sometimes 2, you know what I mean? But you rarely get all the players that you bought be successful. You really get that, you know what I mean? So I have embraced myself for that, just in case that happens, you know what I mean? And it will happen, because I don't think all the players that Manchester United bought will be a success, you know what I mean? And I've seen it over and over and over again. So if they do, well, so let it be. But if they don't, I'm prepared for it, you know what I mean? So yeah, that Sterling Sancho deal, swap deal, I don't hear anything of it today, because as I said, Sancho is subject to a loan move to Juventus with the obligation to buy next season for 40 million. And I just hope he can do well at Juventus, and we can get this deal over the line next year, summer, right? As I said, Ineos, they have done pretty well so far for us as fans in the transfer window. It's a 7 out of 10. If we can get 1 or 2 more signing before the window shut, I will put it at 8 out of 10, or maybe 9. That would be a very, very good mark for their first transfer window, you know. So maybe I'll be a little bit optimistic next year, but this year I'm not that optimistic with these signing. Yes, they are very good signing, but as I said, the Glazers has taken away all the optimism from me as a fan, because what they have done to us mentally is training, you know what I mean? And Ineos is trying to restore back that mental strength of us as fans, and they're doing pretty well, as I said, so far. So with that said, I just hope they can just continue the trend that they set, that they started. They said they want the best in class, and we have seen that so far in the office. They have hired CEO, they have hired director of football, which we never had in years. As a big club at Manchester United, we never had no director of football. Now that we have a director of football, that should be very good for us. And best in class, we should get the best in class in signing also, not just in the backroom staff. You know what I mean? Not just the staff. We should get the best in class on the field also. And so far, they have done pretty well. And I just hope they can keep it up, as I said. So there's a lot of ins regarding to transfer, but there haven't been a lot of outgoings. You know what I mean? There's still like 4 to 5 players need to be off the books, such as Ericsson, such as Casemiro, Lindelof, or Maguire, and which other player is in it? I think there's a next player that's in it, which we can get some money from. You know, as you know, Hannibal is now a Burnley player. We have sold him to Burnley for 9 million. That's a very good fee for Hannibal, who haven't played much first team football. And we also set a sell-on clause in his contract. So anywhere from there he moved to, then you know Manchester United will be getting some money again. So things are looking very well, but not so well, because as you know, we have lost our second game into the season at Brighton. We didn't do as much to win the game, if you ask me, but we didn't do as much to win the game, and we did deserve something, even a draw maybe. But if you ask certain fans, they will tell you that yes, we have done enough to win the game. But I don't think so, in my opinion. So I just hope we can get it right against Liverpool this weekend. It's going to be a very, very big test for us. I know the confidence are kind of low, but playing against your bitter rival should build your confidence up, right? There's no way you need someone to motivate you for games like these as a pro, right? You know what this game has to offer, and you know what is at stake for us, right? So we are at home. The fans will be up for it, and I just hope the players can feed off the fans' energy and put in a great performance. You know what I mean? So yeah, all in all, I guess we have been to pretty much all the topics that we supposed to get to, and I just hope we can just come away Sunday with a victory. At home, Old Trafford. I hope we can come away with a victory. That would be a massive 3 points for us. Massive 3 points. If we lose, Ten Hag will be under massive pressure, which he already on from the media, from certain part of the fan base. You know what I mean? As for me, you know, I'm a Ten Hag in, you know, but as I said, I cannot back him this season as how I backed him previous seasons, right? Because previous seasons, he hasn't got the signing that he wanted. Yeah, you might think that Casemiro is Ten Hag signing, but it's best to get Casemiro than date nobody, right? So I would take Casemiro if I was Ten Hag in the situation also. It's Casemiro or nothing. So it's best to have Casemiro than have no one right there, right? But this transfer window, he has got most of his first choice. And I just hope he can kick on from Sunday and put in a very, very good shift against our rivals, Liverpool. I know Liverpool fans will be very, very confident for this one. The players will also be very confident. You know what I mean? But for the past 2 games, Ten Hag has won. I think 1 and draw. So that should give us a real lift and a real boost going forward into the game. Yeah, I just hope we can just come away with this victory Sunday and get back our season on track. Because if we lost this game coming Sunday, that would be like 2 from 3. That's not good. That's not good for Ten Hag, and that's not good for the players, right? So I hope the players can stay focused, know what is at stake. As I said, they don't need no motivation for games like these. You should be up for games like these. You know what I mean? These are your rivals. These are games that you dreamt of playing in, right? So yeah, I just hope we can put in a shift, and once we do what we're supposed to do, be disciplined, stay focused, then I think we can come away with the victory, right? So yes, that's pretty much it. I'll keep you guys up to date tomorrow and whatever news we have in the transfer. As I said, Sancho moving to Juventus on loan with obligation to buy next year, 40 million. Lindelof to Lazio. Both clubs locked in the negotiations for $38 million fee. I hope we can pull off that one and get some money, so we can at least buy a left back before the transfer window shut, right? I will be very, 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 very pleased to see we get a left back coming in before the transfer window end. As we know, Luke Shaw is very injury prone at the moment, and it's kind of hard to sell Luke Shaw right now because he has 3 years on his contract remaining, and Luke Shaw is still one of the best left back in the league when he's fit. You know what I mean? We just want him to stay fit. That's all. And if he can stay fit, then, but that's a question he need to answer, if he can stay fit. You know what I mean? I can answer that question for him. But I hope when he comes back, he can stay fit for the remainder of the season, and that will give us a big boost going down into the season. Last season we have so much injuries, which it just depleted our squad. I hope we don't have the same thing this season, right? Because if that should happen, Ten Hag will be gone by November, December. Trust me, because there will be no sympathy for Ten Hag right now. If he played that type of football that we did against Brighton, if we had like 3 more performances like that in September and we lost 2 or 3 more games, massive pressure on Ten Hag. Massive pressure. So as I said, I want Ten Hag to succeed. I backed him. Who know me as a Man U fan know that I backed Ten Hag 100%. Managers like this don't deserve to be sacked, but Jose Mourinho, top tier manager, world class manager, been sacked a couple times. So who's Ten Hag to be sacked? You know what I mean? But I just don't want him to be sacked. I want him to see out his contract, and I want him to bring home the Premier League trophy. I know that's a big ask, but I'm a fan. I should dream big, right? And being a fan of Manchester United, you should always dream big. So I just hope Ten Hag can get it right, and I hope for the remainder of the transfer window we can get 1 more or 2 more signings. As I said, Sancho to Juventus on loan, and Lindelof to Lazio. They are in negotiations. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So tomorrow I'll fill you guys in. We can talk about more stuff. Yeah, that's about it. I hope you have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you again soon. Thank you.